Alright, what's going on, guys, and welcome to my replay Final Fantasy VII, Intergrade for PlayStation 5. Today we're going to be heading into the underground research facility as we try to track down Wedge. Now, that being said, there are a few things that you can do at this point if you didn't get them. One of the main things is probably to obtain Leviathan or any other materials from Chadley that you haven't gotten yet. Before moving forward, I recommend getting an ATB assist, stagger, and some other things as well. So long as you have Leviathan materia, then you should be in good shape with all that. So, Provoke is good for just regular encounters, because it won't work against powerful enemies. That's the problem with it. Warding is good to get a good jump start, I guess, on it. And other things that are good to work on. Elemental is always good to work on, of course. You should be working on that since the first time you got it. Healing and Magnify is good for the most part. Sometimes you'll find that healing and mana wall is good. Magnify and mana wall, sorry, is also good. To do this, I would have to switch things up a little bit with the Magician's Bracelet. Because you could do that, you know, you could choose to go that route if you want to. Though it's not set up for that, so I'm not going to bother. I'll have Tifa magnify the barrier. I could say for sure that the ATB stagger will help as you level it up further. Let's see, revival is probably good to keep on him as well. Well, because he has Whistle and Scarf, so we could start every fight almost pretty much, like, perfect. And you could use HP up or whatnot, but I don't think it's the time. In fact, I'm gonna have Tifa do, Magnify Barrier. To show you my point, Magnifying Barrier can really help. Especially with Mana Wall as Mana All. Think about it. Mana Ward, Mana Wall is best. And technically it has its best use, since you only get one piece of one Magnify materia. Barrier gets the most use out of pre-planning a full group Mana Ward. That's the primary use you'll be using it mainly for. Step is long is good. A2 stagger is a must. Because it's the first playthrough, so yeah. Once you get cleansing, you're good, because you only need one resist. There's no sense in ever getting more than one resist. Alright, for now I think that's good. And I guess Chocobo Moogle works good for her actually, so just stick with that. And instead of the steel materia, maybe think about going with something else. Item mastery. Once you can get the increased efficiency up to 50, it'd be nice. But it also has a nice passive too, so. That's why I'm gonna probably stick on Deadly Dodge, but Item Master is good because it's all items. Use the refocus limit break. Well, because it's an all playthrough, so you're kinda good to go. Not yet. You gotta do it later. But you don't really need to do that with this ability. And it won't matter anyway, because what's to come, we're not gonna have Cloud anyway, so it won't really matter. We have to find Wedge. So, get ready to part ways.
Is this all
soon.
that's left of Wedge's place?
This is another part of the game that wasn't in the original. But in a sense it was.
Stay right where you are.
Since this is loosely based off of the flashback that Cloud had told the group when they briefly visited Calm and stopped off there. This part of the game is loosely connected to it, and it's roughly based around it too. It really is. Like this portion of the game pretty much covers that of the Materia Keeper and the flashback at Mount Nebel during Tifa's escort with Sephiroth and Zack 5 years since. Because the reason I say this is because we fight the Materia Keeper at the end of that, and it was after we had to puzzle our way through a series of different pipes and whatnot that pretty much mimic the area we're about to see, which is a hidden reactor, sort of like in the other game it was a reactor in the middle of the mountains, Mount Nebel. Ultimately though, it uncovers the secret that Shinra is hiding, which is what this is doing right now, uncovering that secret of the experiments that they were doing on humans and stuff like that, which is revealed a lot earlier than it was in the original game. But again, the layout of the areas and the encounters that we come to face are very much on par with the encounters that we had in Mount Nebel during the flashback, and same thing goes with the Materia Keeper when we get there, when we travel to that area later on in the game. It's based off of that. So yeah. And I will point it out. as to what's based off of what, but if you come to remember, we fought the Materia Keeper and it used Trine on us like over and over and over again, constantly using Trine on like the lightning ability. And you'd have enemy skill at that point too, in order to use it. And I'll even show you that these experiments, the failed experiment, is exactly that. It's the Materia Keeper, the failed experiment.
This place reeks of Shinra.
And it also happens to be Barrett's one time where he is on his own, and you'll see that in a second. It's his time to shine.
Wedge?
Wedge!
Then again, Mount Evil has always been his story with Coral and all that. Oh, sorry, not Mount Coral. Mount Coral and shit. His backstory. Anyway, this didn't happen in the original game. Like I had said, we pretty much met with Elmira, and immediately from there we pretty much prepared to get the batteries and just go up top. That was it. So all this is relatively new. But I have special like saved files and stuff for Final Fantasy VII.
Loud! Shout if you can hear me! Hey!
Okay. You know what to do.
Pal, you gotta make one.
That's right. This is a really good time to take advantage of currency if you want to get currency. You can get a lot of currency now. Now's your time to do it. I really haven't been collecting shit, so I mean, it would really help. It doesn't matter if they're connecting or not, we just have to work on them. Because we will get into some fights here, and we want to have the ability to get rid of them quick. Because we can still get a lot of these up, I think. A lot of these can still be leveled, I mean. ATV assist can be leveled. Alright. We're gonna use the Big Bertha because we have to learn Maximum Fury.
Must be a secret Shinra facility.
Easy as pie, baby. But the best way to get currency is to shoot these crates, obviously. But I wouldn't do it too much, just a little bit.
Suck on this!
You get Moogle medals, all that stuff. It's all random though, I think. And boom, baby. Yeah, if you use anything else other than that, you're just making a mistake. Yeah, is that what you want to be doing? Let me just see something. We could probably get rid of Provoke now, yep, good.
You really want to throw down with me? Ain't no thing. A little what? How'd you like that? And there you have it.
Oh, there you have it. I haven't really used anything, but okay. I do like the light machine gun better, so... The sooner I can get the light machine gun, the better off. Well, the sooner I can switch, I guess. $2,000 gil obtained. We'll do elemental ice, I guess, right? Seems like the right choice to go with. Yep. This will be attacked by 2 dogs, I think.
How long it take them to build all this beneath our feet? Not going down without a fight. Gotta fight quick.
And provisioning bonus. We need to learn that ability. Let's go up this way. It's not hard to learn Maximum Fury. You just have to kill an enemy with it.
Man, you think they dug halfway to hell? Get your ass out of here!
And binding is improved.
Another one in the bag. Huh.
And it looks like we gotta blow that up. Very similar to what we had to do before when we had to climb up all the different ladders and whatnot. very similar.
You going down one way or another. Look down. Fire it one off. Don't look now, but it's about to get real. Got a whole heap of bags with your name on it.
Boom, and we learned the ability that way too.
Ain't no thing.
Alright, cool. Now we can take off binding for now, because we don't need Berserk just yet. First strike is worth working on too. Hold on. This game's version of Berserk is a little different. But all of these are worth working on, I'll tell you that much. Wait, you know what though? I should work on a healing materia too. We can stick with chakra for now. Alright, up we go. This is very similar to Mount Coral though. And there should be an item over here, I think, with a healing cost on it within, I think. Yep, healing cost on it. Very useful. Because of the effect that's items, spells, and abilities. That's what makes it so useful. Oh, we have maximum fury, right? Because I think the light machine guns is the best, personally. This is a good point to save also. This is a good manual save to make, I'd say, personally. I just like the light machine gun the best, in my opinion. It's definitely one of the best weapons he has.
You really want to throw down with me? Doggone asshole! Suck on this!
He's gone.
And don't come back. You really want to throw down with me? Kiss my ass. Back up the lift. You ain't getting out of this. Hurry up. Ooh. How'd you like that?
Not bad.
Oh yeah, another one in the bag.
You have to get rid of the fan now by shooting it off. Again, this is a huge throwback to a much later part of Final Fantasy VII than where we're at right now, which is interesting. Like I said, it takes influence from our travels through Mount Coral. I think that's what it feels like. I remember traveling through Mount Coral and having to slide through different pipes and climb up ladders, and then eventually we were blocked by the Materia Keeper upon discovering what was a research laboratory where they were withholding test subjects. A hidden secret that Shinra was keeping holed up. That seems to be revealed here now, much sooner than before. I'm pretty sure because they're connected. There's a research facility. I feel like there's a connection, I don't know. Because the failed experiment is like it very much is. It's very much the same. The coral reactor. All I know is the Materia Keeper. I'll tell you what I mean. The Materia Keeper was a boss in Final Fantasy VII on Mount Nibel. So Mount Nibel, Materia Keeper, yep, battled on Mount Nibel. Is fought by walking into it on the field. It can be a tough boss to defeat, and its powerful lightning attack. Trine. Yep. Level 38. Mount Nibel cave infrastructure. It does exactly what the failed experiment does. Uses Cure 2 to restore its health. This one does the same thing pretty much. Yep. That's awesome. So there is a connection here to Mount Nibel. Some weird throwback to Mount Nibel's during our visit there when we end up facing the Materia Keeper. As like I said, I noticed that there's a huge similarity in the two. Mount Nibel. It's not just me. If anybody who has a brain can actually look at and she'd be like, yeah, exactly. Mount Nibel and the Materia Keeper is what inspired the Underground research facility. So in other words, the remake here, it's a callback to Mount Nibble and our visit through there. So in this game, it's called the Shinra Underground Test Site. In the original game, this was, though, only discovered at and when we got to Mount Nibble the second time, you know, not in the flashback, but in the actual game. We actually discover it then and there. Or was it in the flashback that we actually discovered the experiments and then we fought the Materia Keeper when we actually visited it later on after the flashback? I think that's how it happened. Which this seems to be serving as the base for. Concrete chambers, because it's the infrastructure of a fucking cave. See, along the walkways, among the chambers are metal walkways and ladders to move between the test site's floors, and large metal doors in between chambers, and active cranes are also seen partway through abandoned expansion projects. So you can see what I'm saying, like, this is sort of serves as the Mako reactor that they almost had in Sector 7 for Mount Nibble. And I even seen Mount Nibble. They're very much the same. Because it's also, again, it's a unique dungeon location to FF7 Remake. And it's not based on a location from the original FF7, but it is. It actually is. This is actually based off of Mount Nibble.
You really want to throw down with me?
Don't believe me? Well, you don't have to believe me. I'm telling you the fucking facts, son. Any person who's a real intelligent, anybody who's like intelligent would really know this. I mean, look at the layout. Think about it. In the third-person perspective that it had at the time on the Sony PlayStation. Think about it. How it was presented. You're gonna tell me that this isn't very much the same thing as those pathways that you'd walk through to get to the mountain? I mean, like, it's so similar. They're pretty much exactly the same. Think back to when you were at Mount Nibble. Just think about it. I mean, you really just think about it. It's basically the same. And now we're gonna level up to 25. It's hard to explain it. So you have to really just observe the area. And if you played Final Fantasy VII, you'll know what I'm talking about. that this is very much the same. I mean, just look at it. Climbing up the big mountain slopes. Except this time it's just big ass ladders, but there were ladders there too. Just look at Mount Nibble. And then look at this area here. You could just see the similarities. It's so easy to see. Ironically, because isn't it one of those soldiers that fell too? It's just weird. All of it all makes so much sense. Because one soldier did fall and was left behind. Wedge is that soldier. In the remake, at least, he's filling that role. Even though it was actually Cloud that fell, and yeah. You see what I'm getting at, right? Now, maybe for a bit because we're going to be leveling up some shit. Once we get to the next level, it'll be good to go. I don't know about that. Maximum Fury.
Another one in the bag.
Technically, it was a limit break, actually. I would recommend saving a file here, though, because you can get a lot of money. A lot of gil here. Well, because all of these items can be sold, and then you can make money off of them. Well, gil, you know, currency. How bad they'll need the currency? Well, you'll get a whole bunch of random items here. They range from all different things. But it's also a good place to get AP as well, so APs are good. It's a good intermission to level up. And there you go, remedy. See, I told you. You can actually get remedies here, so keep your eyes open. I'm gonna rest up. I'll probably do it like 3 times back and forth. Since we are playing all playthrough. I'm sure there's a shitload of stuff to be grabbed. And yet to be had. And there's that area. Off limits. Something crazy over there, I can tell you that much.
You really want to throw down with me? Go sorted, asshole!
That thing's gone.
And don't come back.
It took me a while to get that, but we finally learned it.
You really want to throw down with me? Fire in one off! Don't look now, but it's about to get real. Get your ass out of here. Ain't got nothing on me.
So yeah, if you do time out Barrett's reload at the exact time, you can actually benefit from it. You would imagine that there'd be a way to do this with everybody, but I guess Barrett is, well, I mean, Barrett is, I don't want to say it, but he's handicapped. I mean, you know, so I mean, yeah, he's got that, he deserves that, you know, he's earned that, so I mean, he earned that, I guess, what is it, the overcharge that he has? It makes sense as to why he has it. He's a perfect tank.
Check out this shit right here.
Hey, look at that. Now we got Man on Wall, probably one of the best spells in the game. Well, one of them. Now that I have it, I can take it off. But I swear to God, I'm somebody who played the original Final Fantasy VII, and this is based off of Mount Nibble. Don't take my word for it, but it is. And if you can recall, if you had played the first game, yeah, you can recall that there was no test facility like this, but I bet you could recall fighting a Materia Keeper, and it looked exactly like, well, the place we're about to go to. Just gotta think about that for a second, right? Alright, so what am I gonna give him? ATB boost, probably? Yeah, that's fine. So all this shit needs to be leveled up. Binding Berserk isn't bad. It's just a really good time to get him leveled up. Refocus is great with him. Item Master is easy to level up though. And First Strike, well, it's inevitably useful. Alright. We're gonna go up and fight the Bugaboos. Just like we did in Mount Nibble. And then we're gonna go up the ladders, just like we did in Mount Nibble. And then we're gonna fight the Materia Keeper, just like we did in Mount Nibble. I don't know how people don't notice or never realize that it's exactly that. This is Mount Nibble when you fight the Materia Keeper, who loved using Trine on you over and over again. It's exactly what this is. Alright, well, there's a lot of Bugaboos. Okay. Even the area itself looks exactly like Mount Nibble. I know I sound like I'm repeating myself here, but it's so true, and everybody just disregards it. They didn't realize it. When we were actually rescuing somebody who fell, and that's exactly what happened in the original game. Somebody fell.
Sorry.
Which was just completely forgotten about. It's sort of them making that up, you know? Well, whatever happened to that additional guy that fell during the escort, you know? Like, when Tifa was escorting Sephiroth and Zack. And then there were the two other dudes. One guy just fucking fell on the way. He said, leave him. Now one could argue to say, well, one was Zack, one was Cloud, one was Sephiroth, but no, there was one that was unaccounted for, actually. Zack went with Sephiroth. Then there were two security guards, you know, Shinra officers. One was Cloud and one was unnamed. We don't know who the other one was. It wasn't Zack. Zack is a first-class soldier, so So who the fuck that other guy was that got thrown off the mountain cliff and fell down when the ladder broke? Don't know. Maybe it spiritually was Wedge all along. Who the hell knows? All I know is
I
that
don't know.
the inspiration for this area, given it wasn't in the original game, was our experience with Mount Evil and our visit to Mount Evil in the original game. Alright, let's start. Get rid of these things. They're not really hard. Just maximum fury.
Well, he can take care of
You're gonna die soon. Easy. You're all dead. And I gotta love that light machine gun.
I'm good. Thanks.
All right. Gotta go find Wedge. Come on.
So, just by looking at the lighting and all, like, I mean, look at the lighting here. I would like everybody to just take a look at the screen of Mount Evil where you have to actually go up the ladders. Take a look, and you can tell me if you really don't think it's the same place. Or inspired, I should say. I'm gonna actually pull it up myself right now because it's very interesting. Especially when you take a look at the areas that have been added into the game. The remake that wasn't in the original game. It's important to take a harder look as to what the hell it is that they actually did here. Mount Nibble. I want to get a map because it's definitely an interesting place, and I'm getting the vibe here of Mount Nibble. It's a mountain near the village of Nibelheim in the Nibel area. But when I look at it, right, I look at Mount Nibel, and I really do. I see this area, and I can't explain why. Maybe there's something to do with the ladders and whatnot. It's something, I mean, I can tell you that much. And then, of course, the caves that interconnected to it. It was an interesting area that doesn't seem to digress too much from its original, form. Because these caverns look exactly like this, like that. And then, of course, there are these pipe areas that look exactly like, well, down there, that, the pipes that we just came out of. They are very much inspired. Look. I mean, just look. 1, 2, 3. Just like in the game, had those pipes. Albeit there was 6 in that one, but don't worry, there are more pipes to go. Remember, that was a third-person perspective. Bird's eye view. This is a more first-person intimate view, even though it's still third-person, but you know what I mean. The other one was a true bird's eye view. So everything had to be proportioned and scaled upward. So, it would have... It's the best they could do at the, in those days.
I'm afraid to ask, but did you just shoot your way in here?
Well, yeah.
I see materia.
Worked, didn't it?
I see no point in taking advantage of stocking up on all those free potions. I mean, you can do it if you want, but I mean, I feel like it's a waste of time, really.
Bring it home.
I got this. Watch yourself.
All right. Watch it learn.
Okay,
That's
great.
a win.
Oh, wonderful. A win is a win. Alright, so the indication here is they're going to give us a piece of ice materia. Again, this points towards our battle with the Materia Keeper. So if you could remember what you had to do with the Materia Keeper, you should be fine. Because that's sort of the point of the game that we're up to. We're at the midway, halfway point. Sort of like mid-game. Heading into the late game, so the Materia Keeper is about right. Because, you know, going into the belly of the beast, and the later chapters, and then the intermission, the game is played out and drawn out much more proportionately than, say, that of the original on the PlayStation. So yeah, it's gonna be quite a big, it's a big ass city, so expect to scale a huge city. And, it's a pretty big dang, to say the least. So it's good, we got a free piece of ice materia. Valuable all the same. What do we got in here? A turbo ether. Done nothing really. I love though how they were able to capture the original game in its in the overall sense. Like, there was an arrow, right? Wasn't there like a red arrow on Cloud that you'd be able to turn off? It also put up arrows that were either exits in red, and then it had I think it was a question mark. No, I'm sorry, it was a glove. Yeah, it was a glove. A glove would appear over Cloud, like a hand, a pointing hand. So chest. So those come off to me as very much at home with Final Fantasy VII and what they what they set off to do from the get-go. A bottle of ether, not as good as the turbo ether, but okay. But regardless of what it's based off of, it matters not to me. All I know is that the game is a good game, and it comes in close to that of Final Fantasy X, if I'm being honest. Since it has those mechanics that I can rely upon that seem to resonate with a good RPG. Because the game is an RPG game. It's an action turn-based RPG. Action turn-based RPG. Not an active turn-based RPG, and an action turn-based. Which is kind of interesting when you think about it. Oh, and let's properly equip Tifa, because we're going to have to use her in the next few encounters, and it'll be easier if we have what we need for her. So, Titanium heavy duty is good. That's a toughie. I like the Crescent Moonshine for her, but there are other better choices. ATP stagger, and then we need ATP assist. We need... Well, someone needs to magnify this, so... Warding, and... I guess we'll do the binding, right? Well, maybe the synergy spell with her, because she's good with synergy. Do synergy wind. Or lightning. No, I'm sorry, ice. Ice is the one. since we need to lay down a lot of ice in this upcoming encounter, synergy is a really good piece in the Intergrade. First strike is a game changer, it's very useful. Revival. Prayer, ATB boost, it works well with prayer actually. Da, 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 da. All I can honestly think of at this point is first strike is very helpful, but this technically is the same thing as parry. It says increased damage dealt plus a slight ATB boost, but that's true, but it's also the same thing goes for deadly dodge. Since all damage... See, the breakdown here is the game's ATB speed, the percentage at which it fills is based off of a fixed rate of 50% of the controlled player. You know, the player-controlled character, plus the character's speed. When all that's figured out, then all AI players fill up at a 25% fixed rate plus their speed. Damage fills this ATB charge up by 100%. Block damage fills it up by 50%. Materia can account for up to 10 to 30%. Amongst other things. Which means it could very well exceed a little bit higher than that, if anything. Since, again, speed will get applied as soon as the encounter begins, and therefore you'll be able to account for probably about a 50% filled ATB meter, which is at least one charge. So like a Whistleman Scarf, that's an accessory. That grants you about anywhere from 10 to 30% of the ATB meter charge. Haste will double the ATB charge rate, making it become 50 to 100% plus the speed that you have, which basically doubles the ATB charge rate. Then refocus brings us to 160%, which partitions the ATB meter by 3. This will last longer and can potentially bring it up to 200%, maybe even higher than 300%. And a speed increase because it's partitioned. While it is partitioned, it is actually a 300% increase in speed, making refocus one of the best abilities in the game. How long it'll last for depends on the level. An enemy skill is great, but it's not good for a first playthrough, so we're not going to bother using it right now. You can go to the Coliseum to learn the spells, though, so yeah. Let's see, what do we not need to work on at the moment? Would be nice to have healing getting worked on again, just to keep working on it. This makes me feel a bit more comfortable. I could dig it. Alright, so that's how I'm gonna go with then. And if I wanted to do some crazy ass damage, I can do that too. Fury Ring, right? Yeah, I wanna go with the Supernatural. I always like the Supernatural cards. They're really good. Wait, oh, one more thing. Except this week we work on more at once, right? Magnify, that needs to be worked on too. We should start working on our next piece of barrier. Some things take a while to work on, so yeah. Because we have to be smart at which ones we're going to level up. Like, I want to level up binding because if I can, that would be a good thing. I think prayer can wait. It's not that important. Item Master, that's an interesting one, I think. Well, because we can't work on warding materia if we don't. So we have to make a decision, and I think that's a good decision. Provoke? No. Parry. Somebody should work on look up, right? For now. That's more important, I think. Alright, that's good for now, I guess. Well, because we're gonna be up against other enemies soon, so it seems to me like Cess is something that we should just have on Barrett at all times. So that's what I'll do. Ugh. Alright, that's fine, I guess, yeah. Because there's another piece of warding material, I think, in there. I think. Not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. You could also take advantage of unlimited items here too if you want. Yep, another piece of warding material. Another piece. Not really sure why though we even have a piece of warding material with that additional pieces for. You can't buy that material willy-nilly, so.
Another damn lap.
Let's do this.
Guess it's my turn. Suck on this. Kiss my ass. Okay, that's it.
Okay, immunities, poison, sleep, and whatever else is a feature.
Try me. Jump on it, asshole. You got this.
Let's go. You ready? Bring it out for Chase!
Say your prayers. Let's move.
Boosh.
Move.
Not so fast.
Yeah, the battle system is it's got a nice medium to it, which, like I said, it replicates that of, well, Final Fantasy VII, almost to a T, in my opinion. They did a really good job. Some people don't seem to understand the concept of an action turn-based battle system. Honestly, in the beginning, I didn't understand it either. It wasn't until later on that I started to understand what they meant by that. Because it's certainly definitely not an action game, so yeah, ixnay that. Now with it being said, what kind of game is it? It is actually kind of the same game it was when it was released for the Sony PlayStation. The only difference is that you can move around. That's it. Like, you know, if I'm just being honest, I mean, it's the truth, you know. You know, who would have thought that they were ever going to do this? But lo and behold, the active time battle system turned into the action turn battle system. And 7 really doesn't stray from that, really not much. So yeah, I'm really proud to say they did a good job on that. They brought all the systems in together to make sense of something that otherwise wouldn't make any sense. And look, the Vargapol says that we also fought on Mount Nibel. Mount Nibel. Mount Nibel. I wonder if we're gonna still be going on Mount Nibel. I would imagine we are, but who knows? It's just weird that we got another piece of warding materia, and for what?
Hey, you think Wedge is holding up okay?
Of course he is. He's a lot tougher than people think. Probably sleeping soundly, dreaming about his gas.
You're right. We should treat him to a nice meal when he gets back. His
Look at this shit. I like you, Tifa. You're a good girl.
Ain't no Shinra punk taking me down.
Coming through. Do this right.
Guess it's my turn. Fire one off. Catch you sleeping.
Seizing the open.
You are.
Strike hard and fast. There.
That was awesome, right? Yeah, that was cool.
Not so fast.
That's why I like Star Shower. The Star Shower is awesome. Star Shower. Rained in like a goddamn star. So yeah, all of this is all throwback. All throwback to Mount Nibel. How clever too. Really clever the way they did it. I mean, anybody who's an artist could probably see it, but it's not visible to the naked eye. But it's definitely there. It's here. It is here. This is definitely the place that we explored before. Without a doubt.
You really want to throw down with me?
Watch yourself.
About damn time.
And the parry
No
material is
surprise
improved.
there.
Alright, we gotta go up, I think.
Gotta stay on my toes if I'm gonna make it out of here alive.
Okay, and we could sell everything we got. Well, some stuff, I guess. We could also buy things too. You could probably sell the high potions, eh? Mm-hmm. They're expensive, those things. Remedies? I really don't think I'm gonna bother wasting my money on those. Because you can come back down there, and like I said, it's gonna trigger the materia keeper, so. You just need ice materia, that's it. I mean, yeah, ice. Use ice materia, you'll be fine. Shiva. I don't know if it could be summoned, but I think it can be. There should be enough room. Okay, once you have all that set, you'll be good to go. I'm gonna give him... Alright, we should be good to go. Oh, and one other thing. I think we can make use of this, actually. But even still, because of how good synergy is. Just have you synergy ice. Alright, when you're ready to go, make your way through. It's now or never, right?
He's okay.
You sure? Making me worry like that. I'd kick your ass if you didn't look like shit. Thank God.
Thank you. Okay, let's go.
Sure. Yep, it's you, all right.
What is this? Barret!
Here we go. The Materia Keeper. Kind of. More or less, it is. It's basically very much the same. Same weaknesses, all that.
Are they Shinra experiments? Let me handle this. Aha!
Guess it's my turn. Come on. Gotta love it. Hope you don't mind if I finish for the whole. Gotta stay on top of the thing. Give them hell.
Let's go. Give me your best shot. Watch yourself.
Need my help, do you?
Alright. Now we have to get regeneration up, I think.
No. Of course there's more.
You good?
Like you even gotta ask.
Damn, I missed.
Let me handle this. Let's go.
Chill out. tired of this shit.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
We gotta close
It's insane, they just keep coming.
You're up.
Okay, cover me.
Here we go. The failed experiment. And with that, we kick ass time. You can actually do a double star shower, by the way.
It's using its friends as weapons?
Yep.
Hey, keeper, heads up. Off and away. Hey,
Seriously?
want some more? Check out this shit right here.
This way.
So, yeah. Keeper, watch out! Fuck on this!
That was close.
Want some more? Ah! Bang, bang! Here it comes!
I've got you covered. Hold on.
There we go. Alright, we just need to set up some heals and then we're good to go.
All that's left is to deal with these three. How about a nice big hand of whooping?
I'm just getting started.
Shut down! This ought to do the trick.
Well, that was whack. That was bullshit. You know, Lifesaver probably wasn't the right choice. That's the thing.
Gotta love it. falls for anything. Bang, bang. You're up.
All set. Gotta be smart.
About damn time.
It absorbed it?
Want some more? Hurry up. Choke on it, asshole. Bring it home.
I got this. There! Look!
That sure looks like a big point to me. Special delivery. Give him what's coming.
There you go.
Time for a straight ass whooping. Want some more?
Now we'll bring out Shiva,
Now this
and all will be well. And then we'll kick some ass. Unfortunately, we did lose Barrett, though. We got it. And I don't know how many times he staggered it, but we're good. And that is the Materia Keeper. Here comes Cloud for the save.
about time, Merc.
You're up.
Late to the party and you giving me orders? Hell yeah!
Alright, guys.
Track us down.
Follow the
Under the
trail.
rubble.
There's nobody else I know who leave that kind of mess.
Uh-huh. With that, we completed the underground testing facility. Now for our conclusion and our end of episode. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, like and subscribe if you did, and yeah, this is the Testing Underground Research Facility.
Oh god.
Enjoy
Were
the
those-
conclusion, and we'll pick this up in my next live stream of WePlay Final Fantasy VII Intergrade.
Yeah.
Till then, keep it gaining and keep it safe, guys.
Cloud?
What the hell was that?
We need to get him somewhere safe. Everything else can wait until after.
Agreed. Let's go.
Cloud.
Good kitty.